Hello you guys, thank you so much for coming to my video. So this video is going to be what you should expect this week, or what might be headed your way this week. We're going to be using our Lenormand deck, and then we're going to add a couple of the healing mantra cards on top to kind of tell you maybe what could help you get through this week, or what you could need to work on this week. So I'm going to give these a shuffle, deal them out, and let's go ahead and get started. Okay, we have pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. You can take as long as you need, but I'm going to go ahead and move pile number 3 and pile number 2 out of the way. And we're going to go ahead and get started with pile number 1. So we have the moon, the dog, the clouds, the fish, the clover, and the scythe. So pile number 1, the first feeling I'm getting from this is that maybe there's someone that is really close to you, someone that's near and dear to your heart, and it looks like they might be going through a rough time. And while we have the dog, and it could be someone that's near and dear to you, maybe this is this could also be you trusting in yourself. Down here on our bottom row, we have the fish and the clovers and the scythe, which is saying that there is a change coming. There is a change, and things that you have been wishing for and things that you have been wanting are about to come into the picture, pile number 1. It looks like there's about to be a change in some issues you've been having. These could be super small issues. You've been having some issues at work, or you've been, just anything. But it's been putting a lot on you, and it's been causing you a lot of stress with yourself. And if this is someone that you love that's been working through these challenges, they're also going to come into a change. I'm really feeling that for half of you, this reading is about yourself, and then for the other half, this is about a loved one. And when our loved ones go through things, it affects us too. So this week is going to be looking up. These don't have to be major changes. This doesn't have to be something huge that's going to slap you in the face. It could just be something little that's going to take the load off for this week. And the scythe is telling you that the change is coming. Things are going to change from this dark and stormy time, because look, the cards are right here. And you're going to come into you trusting yourself is really going to pay off in the end. Pile number 1, I think you have some really good things coming. I'm going to pull 3 more cards, and let's see where we come out at that, okay? The bear, the whip, and the letter. Yeah, so this could even be relationship-wise. Maybe you got some news that your partner wasn't doing exactly, what they should be. Maybe they weren't, I don't know. It could be something as small as not taking the trash out, and you're just kind of really over it. And I think that if this is back to that loved one, I think that you're very protective over them and how they get treated. And I think that you could be very protective over yourself. And the trust and the protection that you put up around yourself is getting you through the dark times. Maybe you've been leaning on someone who isn't so reliable, and you've recently made the switch to start only doing for you. Maybe this is someone that you couldn't trust a word that they said, because they would swear and promise up and down to your face that they were going to do something, or they weren't going to do something, but they just go right behind your back and do it anyway. And I think that this was repetitive, and it kept coming back and hitting you over and over and over. And I think that you finally got tired of it. I know this reading is very specific, but those who need it will take it, and those who don't need it, don't let it take you, okay? So just know that this week is looking up. Keep protecting yourself. Keep your guard up for a little bit. And those good things are coming. There's a really good change that's coming. Protect yourself. Always trust yourself. You are there when no one else is. So let's grab you some mantra cards really quick. And let's see what they have to say about you. Okay. Oh, our first card, Unraveling Codependence. Oh, oh, oh. I threw it on the floor. And then we have Overcoming Fear, Welcoming Surrender. In our Unraveling Codependency card, we have Only I Have to Feel Good About My Choices. And boy, is that right. This is a card of coming back to your emotional freedom and you not counting on other people to see how you should feel about yourself. You know, when someone is upset with you and they've kind of keep beating your emotions down, you know, and they're telling you, oh, you shouldn't feel like that, you're overreacting. And this is you taking charge this is you taking charge again of your own emotions and standing by your truth and not letting anyone tell you that your feelings are invalid or your feelings don't matter. Because that's a lie. Your feelings 100% matter. I think this goes back to you starting to trust yourself and protect yourself and you being an advocate for yourself again. This is about reclaiming your personal power. And in our Overcoming Fear card, we have I Will Transcend Every Loss. And this is you kind of opening up and willing to accept that you can do these things by yourself. That you are in charge of your actions. And if you make a bad decision, you're going to accept it. And when you make a good decision, you're going to praise yourself. And it's about you kind of unraveling and letting go of letting someone else take charge. This is you taking back your charge. It's you stop worrying about every move you make and stop worrying about how others feel about you and your decisions, because only your choices matter to you. This is you willing to accept all the things that are to come. This is you not holding yourself back and not holding yourself up to putting on this facade of perfection. This is you being the true, real you. And you not counting on other people to speak for you. You're coming up in braveness and you're counting on your emotions again. I think your emotions were really pushed back, or you felt like you couldn't be your true self, and you're coming back into your true self. In our Welcoming Surrender card, we have There Is No Problem, Only Destiny Being Revealed. And this is you stop pushing back with yourself. This is a card telling you to stop fighting with yourself. Stop overthinking everything. Don't be so hard on yourself, okay? This is a card of you following your peaceful guidance. Be gentle. Surrender to your mind and what you feel. Let your intuition guide you, not the opinions of others. This is telling you that if things didn't work out in the past, it's because that's not the path. That's not the journey that you are supposed to be set on. Everything that hasn't worked out for a reason, and it's nothing that has to do with you. This is life leading you into the journey that you were meant to take. Okay, pile number one, that was really deep, but I see a lot of self-love coming out of these cards. I see you moving from this past of being really kind of pushing your feelings aside and taking care of everyone else. And I think this week you are really going to start moving away from that and start advocating for yourself. So thank you so much for coming to this video. If you enjoyed it and you want to see more content like this, please feel free to subscribe, and I will catch you on the flip side. Okay, pile number two, let's go ahead and get started for your reading on what you could have going on this week. Whoops. So we have the Sun, the Tower. I flipped my cards over because they were upside down, but it's fine. It's the same sequence. The Rider, the Lilies, and the Birds. So pile number two, I really think this has to do with your job or your business, or it could be about schooling, because we have the Tower on top of the Lilies, which is really kind of a move in the right business direction or a move in the right school direction. And then with the tower and the garden, it's really a meeting place for communication and studies and moving up in the company. And to top it all off, we have the sun right here. So pile number 2, I don't know if you've put in a lot of applications or if you are you're moving up in your company, just got accepted to school, or if this is I feel like this is a very specific reading for very specific people. Like you're getting good news about your job, and I think that these cards really put it out for themselves. Let's go ahead and do 3 more just to see what we come up with. Okay, and then we possibly just turned it into a love reading too. So let's scoot. Okay, pile number 2. Sorry you can't see all the cards, but so in our first row right here, the sun, this is you coming into a routine. This good news is going to bring you more stability and more of a routine. And then with our tower, our heart, and our lilies, this is you taking a step in the right direction. And this is you doing something that you've kind of wished and you've hoped. And this is something that you've really wanted. And the garden, the coffin, and the birds, it's really you taking flight and you ending the kind of talk about this situation, because now you're making moves. This might be a business that you've been wanting to start for a long time, and this week you are going to get you might actually talk yourself into it this week, and you might start it. But pile number 2, this is a very strong message of, if there's something you've been thinking about doing, but you haven't made the jump yet, or you haven't been sure, or you're just making up excuses about why you haven't done it, these cards are telling you to take the leap. There's free will. You can do whatever you want. I'm not here to tell you what you need to do, but the cards are saying that this week, it looks like it is a very good week for you to do something you have wanted to do. Okay, there are so many good cards here, and they're in the orders of celebration and happiness and you getting into this stability. This could be about love. This could be about someone that you have finally touched base with, and you guys have finally decided to make this connection and move on and end the kind of back and forth, talking, not talking. Both you guys want to be together, but it's just never happened. This week is really, pile number 2, this is a coming up week. So let's go ahead and see what our mantra cards are. Gosh, I didn't think a card was ever going to come out of that. We have this. These are trying to give you a very serious message, and they're making sure there are no mistakes. Pile number 2. And they're all the same color. How about that? Okay, let's straighten these out. In our Discovering Happiness card, we have, I allow myself to be content exactly as I am. This is you, feeling like you've done something really good. I think that maybe you have had to fight for whatever this is for a very long time, and now that it's coming into play and these things are actually happening, it's no longer talk with our coffin and our birds. It's no longer just pointless chitter chatter. Something is actually coming into action. And then our growing beyond guilt. It couldn't have happened any other way. This is you understanding that whatever you have went through before is because it's setting you up for the path that you're about to take now. This is you releasing the past and letting go of those karmic patterns. This is about forgiving yourself for any mistakes that you think you've made, or for you feeling like you've done the wrong thing just because you weren't exactly where you wanted to be. You had to be where you were in order to get you to where you're going. And look, again, the happy cards, guys. Like, you might have had this shitty past, but it's all coming together now. And then in the grounding my energy, it is safe to be in my body. This is you letting go of those compulsive thoughts, those thoughts that keep you up at night, those overthinking thoughts. This is for you releasing behavior that's bad for you and finding stability. And look, right there we have the anchor, which is stability and routine, what we were talking about. So maybe you've been really unstable. So maybe you've been really like out of whack, and you just life hasn't been the best for you. But this week's, something's going to happen. You're getting some news of a come up. So pile number 2, I hope that gave you some clarity. You are always welcome to email me and we can do a deeper reading if you would like. My email is always in the description. If you like this content and you want to see more, please feel free to subscribe, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Okay, pile number 3, let's see what you have going on this week. We have the book, the mountains, the house, the ship, the cross, and the stork. Okay, pile number 3, it really looks like there might be something that is causing you to be scared of moving forward. Maybe you have got an offer, or maybe this has to do with a relationship, and you are afraid because of your past, and maybe what you have been through is holding you back. But we have the we have the stars right here, which is like your dreams coming true. And then the stars and the cross really tell me that you've been through it, and what you have been through is causing you to pull back. The house could be a job, a place of business, but I also use it as yourself and your family. I think that you have been through a lot. You've had a lot of ups and downs. And through your past knowledge, you're really scared about whatever this is, whatever change or whatever offer you've gotten. You're really held back because it's like you've tried for so long to have everything work out and your dreams come true, and you've worked really hard. But you're just keep looking back at this past situation, and things haven't always been the best for you. And I think that you're really scared to move forward because you know it's just going to kind of come back and bite you. I think that you work double as hard as the people around you. And I think that for some reason you don't think you are worthy of happiness, which is completely untrue. Let's draw you 3 more cards. And let's see what we get. Let's see. Oh, wow. The tree, the man, and the ship. So, straighten these out just a little bit. So when we add in the tree, the gentleman, and the ship, it really looks like this could be the person for you. We have these 3 together, which usually when the stars and the man or the woman are together, this is telling you that this could be the person of your dreams. This could be the person that you really thought about. And I think that the ship comes in to represent that you're going to sail away from the past that you've had, and that you are going to move towards big things. So I think this week you're going to gain a lot of clarity. And I think with this change, it's really going to kind of put a lot of the things that you've learned, a lot of the up and the downs that you've been through. It's going to challenge you to accept the change and accept that you are worthy of good things, because you are pile number 3. You are so worthy of all the good things. And this week, I think that your past is where you're going to have to put it, back in the past. You need to grow from it, and you need to heal from it, and you need to know that you are bright and you are worthy of all of the good things, okay? Just because you've had this and you've been put through the ringer, it doesn't mean that everybody is going to treat you like that. It looks like you protect yourself, which is amazing. But I think this coming week you're going to learn that there are other people that can be there for you too. You don't have to be the only one protecting yourself. if I pulled these cards for a relationship reading, I would say go for it. Like, do this. These cards are beautiful. Okay, pile number 3, I hope that brings you some clarity, but I have a feeling that it's going to leave you feeling very open, very raw. I don't think that you are a person that usually shares their emotions. I don't think that you are a person who lets their walls down easy. And I think that this week is going to be a real learning week for you. All of this doesn't have to happen this week, but the things that happen this week are going to lead you in this direction. And this might happen a little bit from now, but things this week are going to be put into motion. So just be ready, okay? Let's see what cards you get. Let's see. Oh, jumps. Okay. Let's see. Okay, we're on the blue trail. Like our last cards, we were on like the peach trail. Oh. Rewriting the subconscious. So we got a purple in there. Okay, let's line these bad boys up. Wow, so in our releasing expectations card, only the highest possibilities come to be, whether I envision them or not. And this is really a card of managing your, this is about like managing the disappointment you've had and kind of letting it go. Healing from it. This is about having faith in someone and learning how to trust again after you've possibly been let down a lot. This is a card about letting someone in just a little bit. You don't have to let your walls down all the way. You know, you don't have to tell them everything, but just give them just a little sliver, just a little crack in your wall to come through and go by their actions and see how they react and how they treat you. And then we have polishing my heart. Feeling is a power that helps me heal. I think that you might have become so numb to people saying things to you. I think that you think that people just talk to talk. Someone tells you you're beautiful. Yeah, whatever. You know, this could be things that you've heard your whole life and it's never really meant because they have only just been words. But this is about you, again, opening up. Heal from the past. And then we have rewriting the subconscious. The more I embrace feeling good, the less often I will feel bad. And this is a card of finding joy in new beginnings, about releasing shame and guilt you've had. This is about releasing your past, letting it go where it needs to go, letting it stay back there and not be drug up into your future. Pile number 3, I think that you have something new that's coming to you, and these cards are screaming at you to let it in. Not everyone is going to let you down, pile number 3. Give a little bit of chances. Like I said, don't go, all deep in it. Really. You don't have to dive or jump in so quick, pile number 3, but ease back a little bit. See what happens. If you give up a little bit of your wall and this person ends up actually not being genuine, or you just don't like their vibe, they don't have to stay in there. You can put your foot down and set boundaries up front. Let them know, hey, I've been through this a lot. You're not going to play me. But pile number 3, I think this person could really be good for you. I think this person could really make you happy. I hope this brought you a little bit of clarity, even though I think now you're probably overthinking and wondering, but if you like this video and you want to see more content like this, please feel free to subscribe, and I will catch you guys on the flip side.